There we go. Finally. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. We had some technical issues at the start of the stream there. You all missed a very lovely observed 1 minute silence for the victims of the Turkey and Syria earthquake, which happened a couple of days ago. Thank you to the grid who observed that minute of silence. It's just a shame we couldn't quite show it on stream thanks to the technical difficulties, but we'll mention it. We'll mention it here now anyway. Better late than never. We are, of course, at round 3, Abu Dhabi this evening. Tier 3 back. I am commentating once more, which I haven't done in a long time for Tier 3, to be honest with you. But I am joined tonight by the beautiful Diamond Douchey alongside me tonight, of course, Tier 2 veteran, last season's Tier 3 champion, it should be said as well. Diamond Douchey, how are you this evening? Oh shit! Okay, apparently we're having more difficulty. You can't. 1 second. Let's Oh shit. It's definitely enabled. Fuck. Right, I've turned it off and on. I've turned it off and on. Has that worked? Has that worked? There, so we got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. We got it.
Douchey's here.
Douchey's here. Douchey is here. Hello. Hello, everyone. We're back and Douchey's back. We've got a quick reset to the options there. Diamond Douchey, yeah, how are you this evening? Last
I'm alright,
Tier 3 champion.
Going well.
It's going really well at the start of the stream here.
It's
yeah,
going so well.
We've got, what, about 11 minutes left here of Q3. There's Fardo just putting it into P2 and spinning at turn 1. Won't be the only driver that we see do that this evening. Diamond Douchey, now you can talk. Anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me tonight. We've done a few comms together. Not in FPRL before. I don't think have you commentated over Tier 3? Did you do it last week? I think you did it last week.
I did it last week with Gary. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, with Gary. Oh, you lucky man. Yeah, 19 runners in the field tonight. Nearly a full grid. Unfortunately, not quite this evening. We might be getting the 20th racer later on. I'm informed by the division head we should have a full grid this evening. He's got 9 minutes to get involved. We're watching, is it Roomaster? I think we decided on Roomaster.
Yeah, Roomaster.
Roomaster, the leader of the championship at the moment after 2 rounds. Of course, Australia and Bahrain. And Brewmaster then looking to try and get himself into the second part of qualifying. You'd expect with his pace he would do just that through Sector 2. 53.7. We missed the early laps, unfortunately, due to the technical difficulties of Twitch and Xbox, but we are going to get down to the meaty part of the session anyway, and Roomaster then nearly running wide and taking those delightful Ali Ferrari lines which we saw in Season 2. I hope he doesn't mind me saying that. Of course he won't, as Roomaster comes around the final corner, avoids running wide, not the quickest of times, and I expect we'll see faster than that from him later on. A 25.1 Diamond Douchey looking very tight in the mid-pack at the moment.
Yeah, other than like at the front, the entire grid is very tightly compact, very highly contested, and that was highlighted in the first couple of rounds when people that you'd usually expect to be at the top of the division, like Locker, and Fish Sticks, were finding themselves out in Q1 and Q2. So anyone can find themselves anywhere at any point.
Yeah, absolutely. Very track specific. I'm sure you'll attest to that. Then as Button puts his Aston Martin into P6 and 25.1 just behind his teammate. More leader. Aston Martin going pretty well so far in Tier 3. Not quite reaching the heights of AlphaTauri, of course, who are missing one of their drivers tonight. As Felix Baker is he making his FPRL debut tonight? I think.
No, he
No,
raced last
no,
week.
did he race? Oh yeah, of course he did. Because I said that he did. He of course raced last week. But yeah, so he's filling in for AlphaTauri tonight, and that contest I'm sure will heat up across the season. We've got 3 drivers yet to set a time so far. One of those is Wavy Knife, who's going around a little bit slowly at the moment in his
He's
Alfa
invalidated.
Romeo. He's invalidated, of course. It would help if I had the track map up. There we go. As Fish 6 then comes through sector 2, 53.8. Yeah, Diamond Douche is saying, can we... Not Diamond Douche. David Lawface is saying, can we get some track map tyre action on? No. Absolutely not. I'm just catching up, David Lawface. We've been put behind a little bit here. With the start of the stream. We haven't quite got things set up as we usually would. There we go. Happy days for all involved. Bully then on the medium tyres. You'd expect Bully, to be honest with you, to be one of the quicker guys in the field, and of course using those medium tyres early on. Diamond Douchey, medium tyres around this circuit. I'm thinking for the race later on. Is there a reason that you want to save a set of softs for later on in qualifying?
Saving softs, no.
No.
Because from experience, I think the softs die off quite quickly.
Yep.
They're not a race tyre.
Oh. Absolutely not. Yeah, you're quite right. You're quite right, douche. As Roomaster then doesn't think he's safe with the 25.1 at the moment. Just 5 minutes left to go of the session so far. Still a couple of drivers yet to get a time on the board. And the drivers... Oh, as we see Roomaster then go round. And it's given us a horrendous camera angle to try and cut away to. He isn't out. The session pulls back onto the racing line just after a Ferrari flies past him. He has got front wing damage though, so he will have to come back in for repairs then and see if he can put that second time in that he wanted to. Fish sticks at the moment going slowly, so looking like he's warming up for a lap. Brad Mason, Diamond Douchey, is in tier 3. I don't know how this happened.
Yeah. I know, he's a rapid Don, but he hasn't particularly been near the top.
Absolutely. Inconveniently, Diamond, I've just had a knock at the front door, so I'm going to leave it on leave it on Brad Mason.
Alright, we'll have a look at Brad Mason.
I'm going to go see what Mormon's trying to get me to convert to the church. 1 second.
He's left me on Brad Mason. I'm not entirely sure. Is he setting a fast lap? I think he is. It won't be a fast lap, but it'll be a lap anyway. And he comes across, he goes P12. Again, it's a bit underwhelming from Brad Mason. He's somewhat as someone's going to turn 2 again. That's not
Never
the
fear,
last
I'm
time.
back.
First time we'll see that happen.
Sorry, people. It was someone trying to say we double glazing.
We do love a bit of double glazing.
Don't know why on a new build I'd like double glazing. I think I've got double glazing, but there we go. Prince Pasha then. Diamond
Prince Pasha.
Yeah. Brad Mason, P12. Not ideal from him. He is on the
It's
medium
a bit
tyre,
underwhelming,
though.
isn't it?
It is underwhelming. You'd expect him to be a little bit further forward, but we might see it later on. Prince Pasha then has gone round at the final corner.
It's not the best way to take the final corner, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not ideal. I'd like to see how long's left of the session, but there's a yellow flag in the way. I'm assuming it's just a couple of minutes or so now, though. Yeah, 2 minutes 45 then. That'll be interesting to see if he can get in and out for one more lap. And FPRL Locker is also in danger at the moment. Diamond Douchey, he's on the medium tyres. He's come back out on a set of softs, though, and clearly not feeling comfortable as it stands.
No, Locker has not had a good showing so far this season. I think he's been out in Q1 more races than he's been through, and he's been trailing at the back of the pack as he invalidates the lap. He's been trailing at the back of the pack a lot. I have faith in him. I think he's going to come good, but he's not shown the best, considering he was P2 in Tier 3 last season.
Yeah, not ideal then for FPRL Locker. It'd be interesting to see if he can hold on to that set of soft tyres and do another run after he invalidated then. As you quite rightly mentioned, Felix Baker then coming down to the end of Sector 2 here, and he's just less than half a tenth up on his previous lap. But, I mean, if you look at his previous lap, he lost all the time in the final sector. So, it'll be interesting to see then, as he comes over the line, how close he can get to getting through. You would like to think he'd be through to Q2, but you never know. And AlphaTauri as well at the moment, leading, as I mentioned, in the Constructors. Would very much like this man to get through, and he does in style. 24.3, just shy of a tenth off Legends.
Things you love to see.
Who has the fastest time at the moment. TJM is going a little bit slowly at the moment as he warms up then for a final flying run. As I say that, he comes in the pit. So, clearly not then. He feels safe on a 25.1, and, well, Brewmaster Brad Mason in the pits as well at the moment. Do you think Brad Mason's in trouble here? Diamond Douchey, 40 seconds left.
I'm just looking at the people that are behind him. He's still got Fish Sticks, Cruiser, Belente, Locker, Prince Pasha behind him, so I wouldn't say he was safe at all. Yep. He's got some very rapid people behind him. As I say, that Fish Sticks does go above him.
Absolutely, Brad Mason down to 14th, then Cruiser on a set of softs at the moment. Belente, we know, has pace on his day and showed that last season as well in this tier. So, Belente not doing too badly at the moment. FPRL Locker is on that flying lap. We mentioned he's on 2 lap old softs, so Diamond Douchey, and just how much is that going to hamper him in terms of lap time?
I mean, it's not ideal. He's going to be leaking lap time through to corners like he's just gone through now. The long, fast corners, he's going to be losing time, but he possibly be able to build it up through this Sector 3 if he can get it done nicely, which he does.
Absolutely. He's run a bit wide there.
And he goes off.
He's avoided validation, but he's not going to improve, and so he's out. He gets out of the way of Wavy Knife, who does improve then into PA, and Brad Mason, as predicted then, is out in Q1. That is an absolute shock and a turnout for the Bucks.
Could be out.
Brewmaster could be out.
Cruiser's coming across the line now.
Yeah, and he
Brewmaster's out.
Well, he did put in the chat that he was trying a new setup, and clearly it hasn't worked. Fishsticks doesn't need to complete the lap and won't, as his lap time is very, very off what he needs it to be competitive. But there is your bottom 4. Brewmaster, as you can see in the chat, he says, told you, he was trying that new setup, but it didn't work. He misses out on Q2 then by 7 thousandths of a second. That is a shock, Diamond Douchey, and does not bode well for his race.
No, it's not ideal, and from an AlphaTauri standpoint, that's fucking shocking. So,
yeah, not ideal for AlphaTauri then. Brewmaster, their lead car at the moment so far this season, is out then in Q1, along with Brad Mason, FPRL Locker, and Prince Pasha, who was unable to get a time in. TJM, Fishsticks, Belente all scraping through then at the bottom of the drivers to make it through to Q2, but at the top of the timings, very close indeed between Legends, Fardo, Bleep, Bloop, Bosh. I'll never be able to say that. I'm going to go with Triple B. The Triple B makes it through very close. And just behind them, Felix Baker, who made it through as well. The top 4 separated by less than a tenth. So that bodes well for the rest of qualifying. Diamond Douchey. And you'll be surprised to know it's not raining.
Really?
It's not raining in the desert.
It's not raining at Abu Dhabi.
No,
Doesn't he
absolutely
do that
not.
all the time?
No.
Also, I've just seen in the Twitch chat that Fardo's using Ali's setup.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
might explain why he's rather quick.
I've got a soft spot for Fardo. I think when I joined FPRL, he was in Tier 1. I'm pretty sure he was in Tier 1. He's come back this season. Bless his little cotton socks. Here he is in tier 3. I've got a soft spot for Fardo. I do. I'm very glad he's back. He actually he messaged me when he rejoined, saying, "What did he say?" Now let's. Oh Christ! 1 second. This is cute. This from Fardo. Where is he? Here he is. He's put, "Oh Biddle, we love you." He's put, "It's great, pal. How's the league going? Thought I'd come back for round 2. Well, we're glad to have you back, Fardo, representing McLaren. Here in Tier 3, half the grid out at the moment, Diamond Dushin. Interestingly enough, 3 of the drivers at the moment in the field selecting the medium tyres.
Yeah, I think the medium is the best one to go out on in Q2 to get potentially get the delta for a soft run later on. And if you're really quick enough just to stay on the medium, but I doubt any of the 3. No offense. I don't think the 3 that are on the mediums will be fast enough to just do a medium lap. But it's good for the delta.
Absolutely, Cruiser and Balente, obviously both in the Red Bulls. Clearly a team decision to go out on the mediums. I know Balente, I've spoken to him before, of course, in FPRL, and when he's got confidence, he's got confidence. I've seen a few races from him when he's really put in a good performance, so maybe he can find a bit of magic here and try and get through on those mediums. It's doubtful, but we'll see from Balente. So here goes Triple B then, over the line, ready to start his flying run for Williams. And, well, who do you think in the field at the moment? From what you're seeing so far tonight, Diamond Dushi, who are the drivers? We saw the likes of TJM scrape through earlier on along with Fish Sticks. Do you think those drivers aren't messing around in terms of getting out there on the soft straight away?
I don't think they can. It's the gap between getting knocked out of Q2 and getting into Q3 is going to be very tight, and they've definitely got to be on the game to try and get into Q3.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Triple B. Here we go through Sector 2 as Legends then puts in a 23.8, a very good barometer for the rest of the field to try and reach more leader than just over a second back though on a set of medium tyres. Not a bad effort from him in the Aston Martin. Squid now puts it P2 with a 24.3, still only the one driver though in the 1 minute 23s. We're still on board with the Triple B himself around the final corner. Where can he put his Williams amongst all that? It's only 6th fastest so far from him as TJM's about to cross the line. 24.9 from him, gets into the top 5. Will he need to improve on that time to make Q3? Remains to be seen. And, well, here's a driver we're on board with at the moment, Dushi in Bawley, who you'd expect to be towards the front of the field. We didn't see it in Q1. He's coming around the final sector now. I don't think he set the sector timing screens alight in his Alpine as he comes around the penultimate corner and takes a good line through the final, crosses the line at 24.1. It's P2 from him, but still not close up to Legends, who I know has caused a little bit of controversy in Tier 2 in terms of his pace, Diamond Dushi.
Tier 3. But yes,
Tier
he
3,
has.
Tier 3, yeah, Tier 3. Oh, the lads!
He is a little bit quick, and it has been noticed by the Tier 3s. And yeah, he's definitely on the watch list because he's rather quick.
Yeah, only driver in the 1 minute 23s at the moment. Then Legend. So I think was the hot lap of the week. I think, if I'm not wrong, in FPRL over on the Twitter. Twitter.com, of course, /FP Racing League to keep up to date with all of your social media pings, which no one takes notice of in the Discord, but people take notice of on Twitter. So there you go. Go and follow it. Get get those posts on your timeline. As Stiffmeister then, now. I've got a soft spot for Stiffmeister as well, actually. Hoping he does well in the Haas this season. Here he is. Not on a great lap, let's be honest. It's that lull in the session, isn't it, Douchey, where for some reason Palente's on a set of mediums and crawls over the line. Why? I have no idea.
Yeah,
But
it's
there
just
you
one
go.
of them, innit? Why not? We do have Button on a lap, though.
Do we? Oh, we do.
Yeah, we do. We do, yeah.
Well, TJ was on a lap, and he is just short of 200 quicker than his previous effort. He's now a 10th up as well, so we'll follow this lap to begin with in his Ferrari for this season, TJM, of course, 1992. He's attended all 3 races so far, not had the best of luck, but tipped to be one of the quicker drivers in this tier this season. Perhaps needs to work a little bit on converting his race pace into some good points. But even though he is a 10th up, he comes into the pits, so he's not going to finish that lap. Thank you, TJ. Cheers to that, mate.
But we've still got Button.
We've still got Button. We've cut back to him here, Diamond Douche, if you want to finish off his lap for us.
It's looking good, and he's nice and clean through. I love that bit of Sector 3. It's nice and flowing, and Sector 3 in general, it just feels a lot better. But he's through the last corner, and he puts in a 24.5. It's a good lap.
Absolutely,
Well
then
done,
Button. What a lap, 24.5. Fingers crossed for you, that sees you through into Q3. The daddy of FPRL there. Great time from him. As I mentioned, great time for Aston Martin, who Time and Douchey just seem to be consistently kind of, not quite on the podium, but just in that higher end of the points. And that's what's carrying them so far in the Constructors.
Yeah, they're always in and around the top. They are both quick drivers. I know from racing Button last season that he has got a lot of pace in him, and he has the pace to be challenging for wins if Legends isn't there.
Yep, absolutely. Legends, as I mentioned, causing a little bit of controversy with his placement in Tier 3. We've got Fardo, who's, I'd say, become a lawnmower, but grass is a little bit of a premium around Abu Dhabi, so he's just taking his time over some nice bit of tarmac that isn't on the racing line at the end of turn 4. So yeah, race results so far this season. Of course, Kroskery isn't here tonight. I believe he's on holidays, on his jollies. No idea. Yeah, no idea why he's allowed to do that. He should be back here racing for FPRL. It is live. Kroskery, if you're watching, I'm assuming not live, but whether you watch it back, I have no idea. Balente, oh dear, that's not ideal.
That's not.
It's not ideal. As he goes around, will he come into the pits? Of course he does.
Of course
he does. Yeah, into the pits then. Just less than 6 minutes left now in Q2 then. 2 drivers still to put a time on the board. Felix Baker, who we saw then in 4th place in Q1, on a lap on the medium compound tyre then. So he's decided to try and save a set of the softs. And we'll see if he can get himself amongst the top 10 here then in his AlphaTauri. The only AlphaTauri left in qualifying then. And the Constructors leaders relying on Felix Baker filling in for Kroskery. Crosses the line. Not a bad effort at all, Diamond Douche.
Good lap for mediums.
Absolutely. What's Fardo up to, Diamond Douche?
Pardo. He's going down the back straight at the minute, mate.
He
Doing
is.
it rather quickly, you know.
He's a couple of tenths off. Couple of tenths off through sector one.
Through the chicane.
Couple of tenths off through sector one. Then let's see through sector two what his delta is, and he is over half a second up then. So this is looking pretty good for Fardo as it stands. This might raise the eyebrows of the likes of Button and CTF in P6 at the moment. If Fardo gets ahead of those two drivers, they might think about coming
good
for a second run then round the penultimate corner. Loose the back
Oh,
end though. It was looking good, Diamond Douchey. That is a commentator's curse, if I've ever heard it. Fardo into the pit lane. He will get chance for another run, but that was surely good enough, Diamond Douchey, to enter at least the top 5.
I think it was. Yeah. I think it was. It was looking good to be top 3. Sorry, Fardo.
Yeah, just to rub salt into the wounds there. The analytic skills of Diamond Douchey calling you would have made the top 3, but it's not quite happened for you.
Yeah.
Triple B, here he is in his Williams, and he's currently in the bottom 5. just less than a tenth quicker at the moment through sector 2, and it will be interesting to see then through the final sector. Then this is where he could gain some time here. Throws it into the right hander here. This is Diamond Douchey's favourite sector. Can I just point out, people? Latifi's corner here. Avoids,
yep.
Avoids hitting the wall there in a Williams, but crosses the line. Triple B into P5, just behind his
on the
teammate.
Triple B.
Squid, 24.4, not a bad time at all. Fishix just starting his lap. Balente then will cross the line next to start his flying run, of course. Stiefmeister then is going very slowly. He must have had a problem, or he's going. Is he just come out of the pits? He's not on an outlap, apparently. Not ideal at all.
Nay.
TJ's
on a lap.
Nay, ideal. TJ's just started a lap indeed. So we'll go back to Fishsticks.
Bit wide through turn 2, like.
Yeah.
And he stopped.
Is that looking good for the boy? Less than 2 minutes left of the session now. Diamond Douchey having a look at those times, of course, on the left-hand side of the screen then. What are we thinking in terms of a cut-off going into Q3?
Well, in terms of a cut-off, I would be thinking it would be around the 24.8 mark. However, I would not be surprised to see it be quicker than that.
Yeah, Felix Baker at the moment's kind of what we think on the cusp with a 24.8. He's not out on track neither, so he won't get a time in. Fishsticks crosses the line. 24.8, Diamond Douchey, perhaps to add a little bit more evidence to your claim there, into P9. Pushes TJM down into the bottom 5 then. Stiefmeister, we know, starting a lap now. Fardo, we saw have a moment earlier on. Balente crosses the line and goes 8th then. 24.7 from him, just ahead of Felix Baker, who we know isn't going to set another lap in this session. So really, all of the bottom 5 at the moment on a fast lap. Morley is just about to start his final flying run. TJ as well looks like he's taking an extra outlap here. Diamond Douchey, is that going to hamper this flying run from the Ferrari driver?
I reckon so, as he was pushing on the last lap, but he did invalidate, which isn't ideal. Hopefully this will go better for TJ, and I would like to see him in Q3 as he is a nice Don, but he is 1/10 down. Back to you, Bidley.
Yeah. Oh, the nice Dons. A 10th down through sector 1, not looking
Someone's
ideal
had a spin.
for the TJ. Someone has had a spin. We don't know who it was because I wasn't looking at
Squid.
Squid, who we think is through to Q3 then. Fardo coming around the penultimate corner now. He needs to find a couple of tenths if he wants to be safe into Q3. Coming around the final corner, we think he's got the pace, and he definitely has the pace then. 24.1 from the McLaren then into P5. Stiffmeister improves as well into P8. Fishsticks doesn't like he's going to improve, and the best he can hope for now is 13th. Belente into the pits will join Felix Baker and Fishsticks as the drivers to leave in Q2. But all the pressure then on more leaders. It looks like TJ isn't going to improve. More leader into P6, pushes his teammate Button down into the bottom 5, and there you have it. TJ, as you mentioned, what did he invalidate there through the final part of the lap? Yeah, not ideal.
Blimey neck.
Not ideal then. Ferrari do not have a driver in Q3. More leader, as I mentioned, knocking his teammate out as he made it through to the final part of qualifying. Felix Baker choosing to save the soft tyres for some bizarre reason, and Belente and Fishsticks joining those three as the bottom 5 in Q2 then. But once again, taking the headlines in the second part of qualifying, similar to the first part, is Legends Diamond Dushi, the only driver in the 123s.
Yeah, and I believe he did that on one run as well, at the start of the session.
Get used to Fridays, Legends, because this isn't going to last. Anyway, there is a classification for Q2. We've covered the bottom 5. As I mentioned, Legends then to the fastest time in Q2. Cruiser and Bawley joining him in the top 3. Will they be able to put up a fight in the final part of qualifying? CTF Fardo, we know, has got pace at McLaren this evening. More leader Squid, Wavy Knife Stiffmeister, and Triple B Bleep Bloop Bosch.
Bosch.
I have to say it so slowly.
But you'll end up saying Blosh.
Blosh, yeah, Bleep Bloop Blosh, that's it, isn't it? Yeah. To get through to Q3, there will be, I'm assuming, as David Lawface is about tonight, a poll for poll going live very shortly for our 29 beautiful viewers to join in.
If everyone doesn't vote for Legends, you're an idiot.
I mean, absolutely. I don't imagine anyone saying, unless you vote for yourself.
Poll for poll.
There you go, the poll for poll is live.
Channel points. I'm gonna put a lot of them on Legends.
Who will get a poll for poll Legend channel point? Oh, you have to pledge channel points.
Yeah, I'll put 100 on Legends now, so he better not let me down.
Yep. We'll see. Anyway, it's becoming pretty evident the drivers have managed to save a couple, if not more, sets of the soft tyres for Q3. A lot of drivers out early on then. 3 of the drivers still in the pit lane at the moment in Stiffmeister, More Leader and Fardo then. So they're all out at the moment. As I mentioned, the poll for poll out at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Get your votes in. Diamond Dushi, I can't see the vote. It's 72% is Legends, 28% to Cruiser. So let's see.
Someone put 850 channel points on Cruiser.
Yeah. We'll see if he can get somewhere amongst that. The fight for pole position anyway. Ali Ferrari says prediction first Fardo, second Squid, third Legends, fourth Cruiser. That'll be interesting if that comes off. But here it then is surely the favourite for pole position this evening.
Gotta be.
It is Legends as he comes through turn 2 then. Looks like a man determined at the moment through sector 1 as he's going to come up then to the end of the first sector. 17.4 from him, of course, using hot lap on his battery. trying to optimise a straight line here down the first long straight. DRS wide open, and it's clear to see this is a man running a very much low drag setup as he comes in down into turn number whoever knows. All I know is that Lewis Hamilton ran across here to keep the lead at some point apparently. And here goes the Afro. Here he comes into the end of sector 2, and it is a 52.8. This could be some lap here from Legends, providing he keeps it on track. And through the final part of the lap, this is Diamond Douche's favourite part of the lap. I don't know if he's mentioned it tonight, people. Not taking the Ali Ferrari lines. I'm sure he'll appreciate that in the chat. Here he comes in through the penultimate corner. Looks like a man on rails at the moment. Was a little bit wide there through the final corner, but he's into the 23s once again. 23.6. Very, very good there from Legends. Bleep, bloop, Bosh then with a 24.5. 9/10 back at the moment. Squid crosses the line with a 23.9. Invalid though from him. Doesn't get that time down. Wavy knife for the 25.1. Bally crosses the 9. 24.2 CTF. Don't know what happened there, son. Bardo now comes around the final sector. Let's see what he can put on the board. Ali Ferrari's peak for pole position here, people. So let's see how close he can get to that 23.6 of Legend. My prediction is not very close. As he comes around the final corner now. Takes a little bit of a tighter line. Then Legends managed to crosses that line. 24.7 from him. So not close indeed. More leader goes into 6th. Replaced very quickly as Stiffmeister then puts his car into P5. And as we saw, Squid then would have been quick enough for 2nd place. But his lap invalid as Cruiser comes back into the pits. Must have also had an invalid lap as well. So Squid then, is he pushing here Diamond Douche on his 2nd lap?
No.
Looks like he's not doing that. But let's see. No. He's not
Fun
even gonna,
fact, more leader set his time on mediums.
Well, do you know what? I didn't even have the tyres on because I thought
Yeah,
they were all
I know,
surely
I know.
going to go for the softs. But more leaders proved me wrong there. Oh dear.
He's had you off.
He's had me right
CTF's
off.
put himself 2nd.
CTF with the 2nd flying run. Then we noticed that he didn't quite manage to set the timing screen alight then with his 1st run into P2. I imagine that time will be beaten come the end of the session. CTF not too bad there to get his car provisionally onto the front row. Squid not too happy with his lap. He knows, yeah, invalid 23.9. We know Squid. We mentioned it on commentary. Not ideal.
Yeah. Should do better next time.
Should do.
What I'd do.
Ah. 5.5 minutes left then. Don't really know what you want to talk about here, douche. You have a good day today?
Yeah, mate, it's decent. Been decent, mate. What about you?
I've had better days, I'll be honest. I have. I've had better days, but yeah. Yeah.
So,
I've had
Gary had a
better
fat scrum the
days.
other day.
Gary did have a fat scram, so listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Gary Hay, right, paid £28. £28 Gary Hay paid for a delivery to his house. £28, so let's call it 30, for a burger, chips, and a milkshake. That's all it was. That's all it was. Burger, chips, and a milkshake. Gary thought, do you know what? £30, take my money.
It was burger chips and burger chips.
Can we get some L's in the chat, please, for Gary Hay, who paid £30 for a bloody takeaway burger chips, and burger milkshake? So much burger. L in the chat, please. L's only. No W's here. We got some L's in the chat. JL skills.
I'm on the JL skills.
L. Big up the JL skills here to support his boy Diamond Douchey on the commentary this evening. Hey, L's for the £30 munch from Gary Hay. Anyway, back to the on-track action then. That's filled a good couple of minutes, huh? We have got Legends then. Diamond Douchey coming out a little bit early, you'd imagine, for his final run here.
Yeah, but he'll end up putting it at the top end of the 23s anyway, so I can't see it mattering.
Yeah, through Sector
1.
He's
a 10th down light now.
Yeah, nearly a 10th and a half down through Sector 1. Needs to find a bit of pace as he runs wide then. So, I think he knew he wasn't going to improve on this lap anyway. And won't improve at all now, of course. With that clearly trying to save the tyres as well for a final run in Q3. Squid is about to start his final flying run. Not a time on the board at the moment. We do know if he did manage to set a valid time, it would be enough for P2. So don't be surprised to see Squid somewhere amongst the leading times here on this flying run, should he keep it valid. Diamond Douchey, take us away on his lap, son.
Oh! Right, it's gone nicely through turn 2 here. It's looking like a very neat Sector 1. He comes down into the timing line, overtaking a Haas, and he is doing a 17.4 through Sector 1, which is very nice. And he's coming down the back straight now. This is all about setup, and if you're running a lower downforce setup, you'll be going rather fast. However, I don't think he's running as low wings as Legends, as he's not hitting quite the speed that Legends was able to hit down that straight. He takes the chicane nicely and onto another straight. Oh, fair few of them. Going right down the middle of the track. I like to hug the white line coming down as it is the shortest line. More leaders disqualified. Silly boy, don't spin and block the pit lane. Very nice. He's taking this very nicely. It's a very neat. Don't make me laugh. It's very neat. This is my favourite sector of the track, would you believe, ladies and gentlemen? I don't think that's mentioned at all this evening. And yeah, he's taking it very nicely down into the penultimate corner now. Very, very nice. And into the last corner and over the finish line. Squid is going to set a 23.9, which is what he did first place. Back to you, Bidley.
Bleep, 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 bloosh, posh. That was unbelievable. Oh, God. Oh, wow. Here comes Fardo, who's half a second up on his lap. Here comes Fardo. Honest, I was Cruz is about to start it. Let's hope Fardo doesn't get blocked by the Williams here. Fardo around the final corner. Let's see how close he can get there to the top 3. Crosses a line, and it's enough for second place and just short of the time that Legend set then so far as the fastest time in Q. I'm trying to regain so much composure here. Squid isn't going to improve on his time, I can safely say that one. CTF looks a little bit close here to Bally, I'll be honest. Not too sure if this is going to hamper his lap at all, but Wavy Knife is going to set a time before these two, and before Wavy Knife is Stiffmeister, who goes P3 then with a 23.9 back to Wavy Knife, who was half attempt down in Sector 2, does improve to P7. It's Bally next across the line, goes P3, but then replaced by CTF, who manages to get that Mercedes into the top 3, 123.8 from him. Bardo Legends we know won't improve. Bleep, bloop, bosh won't improve either. So it's all down to Cruiser, who was second in Q2. How close can he get that Red Bull to the top of the timing screen? Round the final corner now, crosses the line, and it's enough only for P6. Looks like those around him managed to improve in the final part of qualifying. He's very much stayed, unfortunately, on pace for him after the second part of qualifying, but still P6 nonetheless. A great effort from Cruiser. There is your top 10. How I've regained consciousness after that 5 lap there. Time Tucci, can we get some appreciation there of for that lap from Diamond Douchey? I think that was the steal of the session. That was bloody heck. I've got tears in my eyes, people. Oh, crying over here. But anyway, there we go. There is the times on the left. Marjorie Pickle says Biddle definitely slaps a tub of butter on toast. There's no different way to have toast, my friend. That is the only way to have toast. There we go. There's your classification. Bally somehow got a 5-place grid pen. Did we miss that?
Oh, wait, who? No, more leader. Bally?
Oh, apparently
No,
it was.
I don't know.
Yeah, Bally got a 5-place grid pen from his AI, I think.
Not ideal.
Right there. Oh. Oh, we have called a restart for that douche before. If it was his AI. If it was his AI, that's a lobby restart. Anyway, there's the top 10 quickly. Legends, Fardo, CTF, Bally, Stiffmeister, Cruiser, Squid, Wavy Knife, Bleep, Bloop, Bosch, and More Leader then, who got disqualified. That might be a lobby restart if it was.
I don't think we need to. It's only Bally.
Yeah, but was it his AI?
Eh. I don't actually know. I didn't even know he had a penalty.
We didn't see it. Where is Bally in all this? Yeah, no, I'm ready up, if possible. I'm assuming you don't.
Thing is, though,
I'm assuming Douchey.
I really hope.
I'm assuming you don't have the pictures.
No, I really hope someone's taken a picture of the people's positions, because I haven't.
Oh, yeah. David Olfo says it was after the session ended. It's got to be a restart then.
Blimmin' heck.
It's got to be a restart.
You better have got a fucking.
It's got to be a
picture of these
restart.
standings,
It's a
otherwise
restart.
no one's being put where they should do.
Yeah, restart then. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It has got to be a lobby restart. JL Skills redeemed Co-Com's drink, and to think I liked you. Jesus Christ.
Why? Because he hasn't give you one.
Absolutely.
That's criminal.
Lobby restart,
That's right, Yorkie's
people.
got you.
Lobby restart.
Yorkie's give you one, don't worry.
We've got to do a lobby restart.
Lobby restart?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Bally got a penalty after the checkered flag. Thank you, Kurt Masters. What a game. We'll have to amuse you with our anecdotes until then. LDBS Yorkie redeemed drink. What a legend.
Yorkie's always got your back.
Yorkie's always got my back. Yeah. We've got to do a lobby restart, unfortunately. I'm making an executive decision as head of tonight. Shit on you, Gary Hay. Bidley reigns supreme once again over the tier 3s. Yeah, restart. Alright, it's unfair. Poor guy. David Loffe says he'll get the grid. Get it to TJ.
We can get
Me
top
and
ones.
Dime, we can put some filler in here.
Can't we?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. So, with a rumor,
Rumor.
was that the Discord was going to have a Bidley Votes channel,
Oh,
and
it's tragic that it's not happened
I
yet.
feel like this is the perfect time to do a Bidley Votes forum here. We've got 33 viewers, and well,
Dragging big numbers with you.
yeah, absolutely. And I think that everyone, realistically, should get involved in the voting. Uh, I was on commentary last Thursday for Tier 1 alongside David Lawface, and we asked a very serious question, Diamond Douchey, to the podium finishers in that race. For those that were tuned in, there were probably about 9 people, so I imagine there was nobody. But the question was, when it comes down to Haribo, Diamond Douchey, are you a Star Mix kind of guy, or are you a Tang Fastix kind of guy?
It's got to be Tang Fastix.
Absolutely.
It can't.
It's
Star
the
Mix
only
is,
right choice.
It's good, but it's not Tang Fastix.
It's not. You're quite right.
It's not.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I can't see how anyone picks Star Mix.
No, it'd just be stupid.
It would.
the end of
It
the
would.
day.
I agree.
So get your votes in there, people, in the chat. We want to hear from you. Super Mix, Nigel Piggle is off the table. I do like the Super Mix, but
It's not an option.
it's not as popular as the Star Mix or the Star Mix. I think is the most popular because it's the blue one that everyone gets, isn't it? That's like the standard.
Yeah.
That's like the standard Haribo. And then you've got the Tang Fastix. Yeah, Super Mix. Yeah, I get it, but it's a bit similar to the Star Mix, isn't it? It's not quite completely out there. Second,
The lobby is open again, by the way.
second, but yeah, send us an invite, dude, so I don't cut the stream off. Yeah, we're getting some Haribo conversation in the chat. Second vote, Douche, I think we should put to the viewers is realistically, are we having garlic bread or garlic dough balls?
Oh. I say garlic dough balls, you know.
Garlic dough balls are great. Cruiser says that's a tough one. Nigel Piggle says garlic bread. Shock.
He would. He's a Tory.
Shock. He is. he's a Tory. He's a Tory. Squid says garlic dough balls are clear. JL Skills says garlic dough balls all the way. Nigel Piggle. Anyone who likes garlic baguettes, you need to hang. Not ideal.
Oh.
Some FPRL says some comms team you pair. I mean, do you even take?
No,
Do
you don't even
take screenshots of
you don't even
qualifying?
take screenshots of qualifying.
Isn't
so
that
you
just
can
the
do
race
one
director
locker.
at the end? I thought it was just the race director. I don't know. I never do
I've
co-coms really.
never been taking pictures of quality.
Oh shit! Yeah, I should have taken pictures last week, shouldn't I? I forgot about that.
Yeah, you should have done.
I
Yeah.
should have done that.
Nah, just scroll on the Twitch and then Monkey can get them.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Absolutely.
screenshot it.
Well, if I remember recollection, at the back is Prince Pasha. Then Prince Pasha definitely didn't set a time in Q1.
No.
Then it
Lockers
was
somewhere at the back.
Locker's like 16. David Lawface said he'd sort it anyway. TJ's got the grid.
TJ
Happy
has the
days.
grid. He's got it.
David Lawface has sorted it. What a legend. We're entertaining people, so we don't cut off the stream, David Lawface. We want to keep the viewers up for the boys. Anyway, yeah, whoa, Piggle Blasphemy, Garlic, Mag User, not Toby, Niall Behrman. Mag Users here says garlic dough balls are top tier. David Lawface, garlic bread. all the way. Nigel Piggle's trying to put up.
He's trying to take over the Biddle's votes.
Fuck off, Nigel Piggle, you twat.
You can't be doing your own votes here, lad.
Right, votes, Bidley votes, controversial vote here, people. Everyone out there that is an EU citizen, right? This has been in the news today.
Oh,
you're an EU citizen, right? You're not part of Ukraine. Are you sending them fighter jets or not? It's a tough one. It is a tough one. Because I'd like to, but at the end of the day, they're not part of NATO, are they, douche?
yeah.
It's a bit. It's a tough one, that is, because I feel like we should. But it's a little
but
bit.
they've already been sent a fair bit, and jets are a bit above. Like they've already had German tanks in it.
Yeah, they've had the tanks. They've got tanks now. The jets, I think that's a bit much there.
I think jets is too far.
I think it's a bit. Yeah, jets might be a bit too far. Yeah. It's a little bit. It's asking a little bit much. It's asking a little bit much.
Inti over here at the minute asking for jets.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit too much to ask for the jets. The tanks I can get behind, but I feel like the jets, right? I'll link it to. Let's be honest. I'll put it into simpleton terms, so the simpletons out there. So it's like going on a night out, douche. It's like meeting a girl, right? For the first time, you've met her. For the first time, you take her back to your place. You have sex, right? But then you've asked to go in the back door. It's just a bit cheeky, like, isn't it? It's a bit cheeky. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do it on the first occasion. And I feel that's what Ukraine are getting at. I feel that's what Ukraine are getting at. Have the tanks and be done with it. That's it. All right. Anyway, get your votes in. Star Mix or Tankfastics. What are we saying, people?
We'll drag it back to summer.
Absolutely. We are ready to go again. There will be a brief break on the grid as everyone selects their setups. Everyone that is watching in Tier 3, please select your setups. And please don't worry about the tyrol. It is not a thing anymore. Mag User says, I love the sexual explanation. Thank you, Niall Bearman.
The best way to explain it without
pretty
getting
much,
a bit...
It's not far off, is it? It's not far off. It's not far off. Nigel Pickle says, up the leads. I think that's a perfect analogy. Cruiser says, thank God the lobby countdown is going. Big up the Bidley Votes channel. We've got JL Skills saying they have been sent quite a lot, to be fair. I think the jets are a bit too far. Thank you, JL Skills, for that one. Elder PS Yorkie says, wanna shag me wife as well? Oh, Christ. Yeah. We're ready to go again, people. Anyway.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it in the. I'm gonna leave it quickly. I'm gonna get to quick. I'm gonna quickly just run downstairs a second. I'll leave everyone with a nice Bidley vote this time round. If you're starting this race, are you starting on the soft, medium, or the hard tyres?
Enters. He does love a controversial statement, doesn't he? I think Bidley's votes is ruining this Twitch chat. It's gone completely off topic.
Hello there, lads.
You've destroyed this chat, like.
Why?
They're on about.
What's this now?
Higgle said that they can have jets if they send back some wheat.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there was. I remember in the. I remember when.
Now he's on about bananas and Ghanaian farmers.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, when we had the shortage of. What was it? Farmers picking fruit in the field or something like that, I read. We had a shortage of farmers, didn't we? And on my mind. No, well. Okay. We won't go down that tangent. We won't go down that tangent. We'll keep it PG on FPRL. Anyway, of course, we're waiting then for oh, that sounds bad now. We were.
Oh.
It was.
I
It
can't
was.
read the chat for a bit.
No, it was. It was more about. It was more about the unemployed. But yeah, fair trade for fair labour, exactly, David Orpheus. So let's get the unemployed out there picking their fruit. Anyway, so we are back into the race. 15 seconds left on the timer.
Oh,
It feels like an absolute age. It's 9:10. Please don't give us any fucking safety cars. For fuck's sake.
Tier 3, we will get safety cars.
Oh, God. Getting ready to get underway. It looks a little bit overcast here in the desert. It's not. It's just dark. Here we go. We are ready then to get underway here in Tier 3 at long last. There's the grid. There is Bally in his proper place in P4. It's been a little over 15 minutes, Diamond Douchey, I think, since the end of Q3. So I'm going to let you give the viewers a reminder of the grid.
Okay, so in P19 we have got Prince Pasha. In P18 we have got FPRL Locker. I did think he was at the back. And then in 17th we've got Brad Mason. In 16th we've got the championship leader in Roomaster. He's got a lot to do this race if he wants to get any sort of points. In P15 we've got the other Ferrari in TJM, Mr. Tigem. 14th we've got Fish Sticks. In 13th we've got the other Alpha Tauri in Felix Baker. And then in 12th we've got Belente, and he follows both Aston Martins of Button in 11th and Moorleader in 10th. And then in 9th we've got the Triple B, Mon the lad. And in 8th we've got Wavy 9. And onwards from there in P7 we've got Squid, Cruiser in 6th. And then the top 5 we've got Stiffmeister in 5th, Borley in 4th, CTF 3rd, Fardo in 2nd, and finally Legends on pole.
Thank you for that, Diamond Douchey. Once again, your insight is as glowing as ever as it was on that lap in Q3. It was absolutely unbelievable. As you mentioned, Legends on pole here this evening, and by a commendable difference compared to Fardo's lap, as he brings us in onto the start finish straight. You can see on the left hand side of your screen the tyres that the drivers have gone for then, and the top 4 all on the hard compound of tyre. In fact, in the top 10 only 4 have opted for the medium. Stiffmeister, Squid, Wavy Knife and Moorleader, the Astons, following each other both on the medium tyre then at the start of the race. They're a little bit all over the shop, but only 1 driver disqualified then as they line up on the grid. CTF will start a little bit further back, and we are going to get 5 red lights then for the start of round 3 in Tier 3. And away we go then. Looks like Fardo's got off to a good start and looks to try and get ahead of Legends, who looks to keep the lead down into turn 1. Borley was upside the inside of CTF there momentarily. Backed out into the first corner to preserve that P4, which we gave
Cruiser is round.
the restart for. Cruiser, as you mentioned, Diamond Duchy started P6, now at the back of the field, then some contact for him off the line. The Aston Martins making up a little bit of ground off the line, 8th and 10th now as opposed to 10th and 11th. Then more leader getting up to 8th place from 10th. Triple B's down 2 outside the points down. Just as I say that, more leader then looks like he's at a moment. He's not around. He has carried on. He is down to 17th now towards the back of the pack and fighting with Prince Pasha here, and does drop to 18th. But out in front, Diamond Duchy, it is Legends still leading the way.
Yeah, I'm not shocked. He's already 8/10 ahead of Fardo, nearly pushing a second already. He's just rapid. There's nothing extra to say about Legends. He's just, I think, a bit too quick for this division.
Yeah, absolutely, then leading the way by just less than a second after lap 1. Then Bawley, who we saw look to make a move on CTF into turn 1, is up to P3, then onto the podium places. As it stands, you can see now the big gainers and losers on the left hand side of the screen. Contact then between Bleep, Bloop, Bosch and Wavy Knife, both drivers out of the race, and it is a full safety car then to bunch the pack up. We did say we didn't want a safety car. There it is on lap 2 then.
On lap
2
2.
drivers out already. The Alfa Romeo of Wavy Knife and a Bleep Bloop Bosch in his Williams out of
I think
the race.
there is a chance that did involve Felix Baker as well. I did notice he was going quite slowly, and then the crash happened.
Not ideal for the Triple B.
Behind him.
He is out, Wavy Knife, straight out the session. Not ideal. Cruiser, this will be music to his ears. Can get on the back of the pack once again. But Diamond Duchy, Brewmaster, the biggest gainer so far, up 9 into P7.
Yeah, he did say after I said he had a shocker that he was going to be in the top 10, and he's not. He wasn't lying. He's doing rather well, and yeah, he is quick, so I did expect him to be at the top of the grid anyway.
Absolutely then, as the safety car yet to pick up the lead. It might be a timely reminder then as to what drivers are on what tyre here. If I can find the button, there we go, I'll show you. The top 4 still on a hard compound of tyre then. But the medium tyre runners have made up a little bit of ground then. Stiffmeister, Squid, Brewmaster, Button then all from 5th to 8th. Now Balente has made up some ground as well, as to have the Ferraris then into P10 and 12. Brad Mason, who we know Diamond Duchy has got pace from other leagues, and he's into the points now, into his Ferrari after his shock elimination in qualifying. Felix Baker as well, not too far off the points himself. Prince Pasha, who we know started right at the back of the grid, up to 13th as well. But Cruiser and FPRL Locker then have been into the pits early on, Diamond Duchy.
Yeah, I noticed that Cruiser had pit. I think that was the best thing for him, as he was at the back anyway. But I don't really understand why Locker's decided to pit. I'll be honest. I don't think he'll be able to make the hards go to the end, unless he's expecting. Well, he must be expecting a late safety car towards the end to get off the hards. Yeah, not something I'd have done.
Yeah, absolutely then. Locker will probably, as you mentioned, look to try and go to the end, but it'd be interesting to see whether he gets there or not. Lap 3 of this 29 lap Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and Legends leads at the moment, and he has led pretty much the entirety of qualifying and now the race as well. But Ali Ferrari still tipping Fardo then in P2 at the moment to have a bit of a comeback here in the race, but it's a long way to go still. Of course, it's been a little bit of a nightmare day so far for Aston Martin, and as we mentioned, 8th and now 14th after more leaders incidents early on. It's still early days, of course, in the constructors and in terms of this race as well. More leader though on the 3-lap old medium tyres. Diamond Douche, can you see him making his way back through the field here?
I'll be honest, I wasn't listening.
He wasn't listening.
What about?
Diamond Douche is having a tug, people. He's having
No. I was just looking at Varane just scored an own goal and Leeds are 2-0 up. That's what I was looking at.
Are there? Leeds 2-0 up?
Yeah. Yeah, Leeds 2-0 up. See, it's interesting what I was actually
on the
doing.
Jesse Marsh.
Who are you on about anyway?
Who's Jesse Marsh when he's at home?
Right, who are you talking about then?
No, I'm talking about Leeds right now.
Oh, I mean, the safety car's in this lap, so I wouldn't talk about Leeds for too long.
No, absolutely not. Unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes.
Right then.
Right then, we are going to get back underway.
Leaving it late.
They are leaving it late. Legends lets the safety car get away and doesn't want a challenge into turn 1 and takes the pack away then. Fardo won't get a look into turn 1 in the field. Pretty spread out, to be fair. Diamond Douche. Looks like Brad Mason might make a move on Valente for P9. Gets a little bit skittish there on the curb. Manages to collect the Ferrari, though doesn't go around, and will take P9 away from Valente then. And there's a move for the lead. Fardo looks like he's dived out of nowhere, looking to get the move done on Legends, but Legends, as predicted, comes back, as Fardo, I think, must have gone way too deep there.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't watching. But he's going for it again.
Yeah,
and he's still hanging with him on the outside, which is a better line through there. Because you can get a better traction. And he has managed to make it stick. Legends is dumping some ERS to try and get back up with him. Around the outside. This is fun to go around the outside on this corner. And Fardo still makes it stick. Very nice.
Fardo looks like then he's taken the lead of the race away from Legends. Brewmaster has been passed by Squid then for P6 as he got past him on the safety car restart. But Fardo then now leads the way in this race. It was an audacious move by the McLaren driver, and now he takes the lead then. And it'll be interesting to see how quickly Legends, if he can repass the McLaren, does so then. Button now into P8 for Aston Martin, following closely though on the back of Squid at the moment, but he has got Brad Mason for company then in the Ferrari. And Diamond Douche, these medium tyre runners then, 5-lap old mediums. I mean, how long are these drivers going to look to try and take these tyres in the opening stint?
I can see the medium tyres going about 13 to 14 laps before they start losing significant pace. I think Stiffmeister's just had a problem, and Brewmaster is past him, and he is up into P5 already. He's on a massive tear at the minute, the leading medium runner.
Absolutely.
He's also going for CTF as well.
Nah, this would be an incredible move if he gets it done.
That is audacious, but I don't think that's happening. Oh, but CTF has gone wide, and yeah, he's made the move stick.
Brewmaster then into the top 4. Looks like CTF took way too much out of the corner, and that's going to invite Stiffmaster then up into P5. Brewmaster though needs to make this opening stint count.
Ooh, Squid's round.
Ed Goddard! What are you doing, son? He's around at turn or whatever it was. That puts him right to the back of the field behind Fish Dixon. Not a good day at the office at the moment for the Williams team. And as it stands, not scoring any points this evening. We are at about quarter distance roughly so far. Legends still half a second back off the leader in Fardo. Bit more ERS though, Diamond Duchy, and will that play a big part in how Legends gets past Fardo here?
Yes, it will, but... Sorry, I'm watching Remaster.
Well, Legends is
As
about to make
Legends
a move.
has gone past.
You can
But
watch
yes,
Remaster
it will.
all you-
The second DRS zone is the more optimal place to overtake.
Nah.
So they were both overtaken at the same time, and I was already watching Remaster.
Yeah, I mean, Legends making a move for the lead. It was pretty routine there, to be fair, from Legends. Gets ahead of Fardo. Ali Ferrari not too happy about that in the chat, but
I still wouldn't
yeah,
count
man.
Fardo out though.
Yeah, he's still in P2. He can still try and hold on to the DRS and keep as close to Legends as he can. Then, as it stands, Legends though leading the race so far. Remaster then looking to try and get amongst the DRS maybe of the top two. He's had an unbelievable comeback as it stands.
He's already pulled the second on Borley.
Yeah, absolutely. He's up 13 as well from the start of this race. Brad Mason similarly up 10 as well as Stiffmeister. Gets ahead of Borley now into P4. Borley will be pretty livid about that. Will he look to try and get ahead of Stiffmeister again? Not quite. CTF finds his way past the Alpine driver under the DRS conditions. Borley, interestingly, looking to preserve the ERS here. Will he look to come back then at the Mercedes driver there who has the DRS? Diamond Duchy, what else is going on in the field?
There's a three-way battle for P14 at the minute with Cruiser, Locker and Squid. Getting very close together. Cruiser's already flashing.
Yeah.
He's dumped a shed load of battery to get past Locker. And it looks like Squid's going to go up the inside of Locker as well. Make it the outside, and Tidjum's out.
Tidjum is out, and he is backwards then in a very, very tricky position to
Surprised
cover that
that's
Ferrari.
not a safety car.
Oh, yeah, how is that not any kind of virtual or full safety? That car is in the middle of the track. There we go. There we go. And just as that safety car comes out then, we have got Prince Pasha and Cruiser both into the pits then. So if we have a look
going to
here,
follow him in as well.
Yeah, Prince Pasha into the pits. He is on the hard tyres already. It's interesting what he switches to at this point. Cruiser has already pitted in this race and will pit once again. Pasha onto the soft compound of tyre. That's an interesting call from the Haas team.
Yeah. Trying something different. I applaud it. He's out of the points. You may as well. See where he can get himself with that. I don't think very far, but ooh, Felix Baker, you naughty boy! How he has spun Button round, unless Button spun and he hit him, but Button is round.
Yeah, Button now
Not
in
ideal.
12th. Not ideal.
Is there any damage to the Alpha Tauri? Yeah, he's got no front wing.
Oh.
Well then.
Up the bastard Felix.
This is why Croskery isn't allowed to go on his Ollibobs.
Absolutely. He's not looking after the car very well, Croskery, I'll be honest.
It's looked better.
He has looked better. He has looked better.
And Remaster, Fardo and Stiffmeister have dived into the pits.
Yeah, bit of handbags there between Bawley and Brad Mason into the pit lane. Then
It
so
seems like
most
everyone but Legends.
of the field pitting. Yeah, as you mentioned, Legends hasn't pitted then. So, well, you'd have to say really at this point, Damadushi, what do the hard tyre runners do? Because surely you can't take a set of the mediums to the end here.
Uh, Definitely not. But I think not pitting off the hards at this point and then onto the mediums would be worse. As I can, the way it's gone at the minute, I can see there being another safety car.
Yep.
So I think it is worth the risk trying to going onto the mediums and hoping for a late safety car. But then you also have the likes of Locker, who'd already pit under the last safety car, looking to go to the end and is up to P3.
Yep. Absolutely. And well, fingers crossed for the front three at the moment that we do get another safety car, and fingers crossed as well for Prince Pasha on a set of the soft tyres at the moment. The only driver in the field to be on a set of soft compound tyres.
Just seen from David Lawface that the Alpha Tauri of Felix Baker went straight into the back of Button and spun him.
Yeah, we've had the apology from Felix Baker, who said that he took his eyes off for 1 second and ended up
Easily
going to the
done.
back
I've done it before.
of Button. Whether that's given Button some rear wing damage, who knows? But hopefully
Potential.
not. Button was looking very good in this race. Now he's just tucked up behind his teammate in P14. Then looks like we're going to get the safety car for another lap. Oh no, maybe not.
No, we're not.
It's a very, very late call there once again from the safety car.
This is going to be... I think at the minute the guy in the best position is Remaster.
Absolutely. If there isn't another safety car, you would think
He
Remaster
is
could
up
run
there.
till the end. And there they go then on the safety car restart. Once again, Legends catches out the driver in P2, comfortably holds the lead, then down into turn 1 as they all flash through the first corner. No changes of position then, running very much like a train as it stands. Diamond Douchey. Lap 11 of 29 then. Do you think Brewmaster can run to the end from here?
I think if he's very kind with his tyres, and yeah, I think he can run to the end from this point. And it looks like has Fardo made his way past Locker? Yes, he has.
Fardo then into P3 on his fresh medium tyres.
It confused me because it looked like Locker was getting past Belente and then there was a McLaren.
Yep.
Fardo and Locker are past Belente now. That's not a good series of corners for Belente.
No, absolutely not. Locker looking to try and get back past Fardo. Fardo into P2 now will look to try and get up to Legends. It should be said, if we don't have another safety car, Diamond Douchey here, Fardo now in P2 on fresh mediums, Legends leading the way on 11 lap old hard tyres. Surely both these drivers have to stop again anyway, so is Fardo played a blinder here if there isn't another safety car before the end of the race?
I think he might have, yeah. I think it was the wrong decision for Legends to stay out. Yeah, because he's not going to be able to go to the end, obviously, on the hards because he's not pit. But I'm not sure whether Fardo can make it on the mediums. It'll be very close if he can.
Yeah. And obviously, of course, you've got to look at the likes of Brewmaster down in P4 on a fresh set of the hards, looking to take them till the end of the race. But Fardo then closes in on the lead of the race just outside the DRS at the moment, of course, which isn't active until 2 laps after the safety car. And we've got
Belente is sinking like a brick.
Yeah, I was just about to say we've got some movement in the field. Belente then struggling on those 11 lap old hard tyres. And of course, I suppose, I mean, no fault to Legends here, Diamond, but he was the lead car. He couldn't react to what those did behind him, and clearly Fardo just thought, look, I haven't got the pace to challenge legends on the same tyre here. I'm going to have to try something different to win this race, and clearly the alternate strategy here has given him a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, I think the alternate strategy is they've both completely gapped the rest of the grid as Remaster gets past Locker and into P3. Yeah, I think the alternate strategy was better, and Legends is going to struggle to keep Fardo behind, and he will lose pace quite quickly, I think. There's a Haas round in the background as well, Stiffmeister's round.
Stiffmeister then contact. Looks like he might have got away with damage. He has indeed, at least graphically. Anyway, doesn't have any damage to that. Fardo still though climbing on the back of Legends as it stands. There is movement in the middle of the pack as well. Squid then looking on the back of the Red Bull of Cruiser at the moment. We know he had his problems in qualifying, Squid, but looking to try and get back up the field. And as it stands, he's on a 4-lap old hard tyres. There's such a mix of tyres here, Diamond. It's really hard to tell at this stage of the race, nearly at half distance, who's got it right and who hasn't.
Nah, Brewmaster's on point. He's done it right. I can tell you who's definitely done it wrong. Prince Pasha. I don't think going on to the softs was the right idea.
Yeah, Prince Pasha clearly.
And Valente has sunk even further. He's now 14th.
Valente right towards the back of the field. Then Fardo, we missed it, but is in the lead of the race.
Alright. Well done, Fardo.
It was pretty much guaranteed anyway once Fardo was on the mediums, but we think he'll have to stop before the end. Maybe, if there's no safety car, a late splash on the soft tyres at the end of this race. I doubt he'll be able to take those tyres 19 laps, and if anything, Legends is trying here to get back ahead of the McLaren driver and looking once again, and will he look to have a late lunge here? Sticks behind the McLaren at the moment. Bally though looking to make a move for P4 here. And there's such a mix of drivers as things are going through the field. Pasha is having a battle with Squid at the moment, and I wonder if those soft tyres, Diamond, on even on 5 laps of wear, are still starting to feel a little bit tired at this stage of the race.
Yeah, I can imagine they're starting to feel a little bit heavy. From using the softs on this track before, I know they really can't do many laps with until they start to fall off a cliff. I think I managed 3 laps before they started to feel awful. Yeah, the softs just are not a good idea on this track.
Yeah, absolutely. He took the gamble, not quite paying off at the moment for Prince Pasha then, who looks like he's to be passed by Squid, who looks to throw it around the outside there. He's back in behind though, but with the DRS and the ERS as well. Look, Pasha looking to make a move on FPRL Locker and does get ahead then, as Locker looks like he's used a lot of the battery there. CTF picks up the first corner cutting infringement of this evening, a 3-second time penalty for him. Pasha back up into P5, so still feeling a little bit punchy in the Haas as things stand. Felix Baker back into the points as he makes a move then on more leader. But yeah, Pasha's he's still feeling like he's got a bit of fight left in those tyres, if not too much.
Yeah, although I do think he was a little bit harsh on with Locker. He did push him very wide, and I thought the Mercedes was going to go up the inside. Then he's going around the outside though. That's close, and he's coming into the pits already. Yeah, I knew the softs were done.
Yeah, into the pits. You would assume for a set of the medium compound tyres. Let's see what he
Why is
puts on
Squid
here.
in?
Yeah, Squid also win. Maybe he didn't think he was going to get those hard tyres to the end of the race. Prince Pasha indeed does put a set of the medium tyres on. He'll look to go to the end of the race on those, as too will Squid. Both those drivers now praying for a safety car. I think Pasha having to change his front wing as well there, as there's still a big fight going on at the bottom end of the points, and Brad Mason looking to make a move on
Yeah,
more
Locker's under a
leader.
lot of pressure now.
Yeah,
He's
Locker.
just been overtaken by Felix Baker and Cruiser.
Uh, indeed. And, well, there's a big fight here from P7 all the way down, really, to P12. Fishsticks very much involved in this as well. Cruiser in P7 just behind Felix Baker, who we know has got those medium tyres on. The same tyres that Fardo is running with out in front. We think both those drivers will have to stop, but the driver at the minute, who you said Diamond Douchey, looks to be in the best position. Brewmaster then, P3 at the moment, 6 lap old hard tyres, 3.5 seconds off Legends in P2, and well, as we cross the line, 13 laps to go, surely looking like he's in prime position to take the win here.
Yeah, he's pulled a massive gap apart from the top two, as there is a Ferrari round of Brad Mason at the back. But he's gapped the rest of the grid. Does look like he is starting to catch the top two, who I think definitely do need to pit again. So I think he's got this race. It's his race to lose at this point, unless there is another safety car.
Yep, absolutely. As Legends now 2 seconds then off the back of Fardo. Bally though looking to make a move on CTF for P4, then goes around the outside, not quite making it stick. Can he cut back on the inside here of the Mercedes? Not able to do that, and CTF will hold on to P4 for now then, but obviously with that 3-second penalty as it stands, Felix Baker's winning a very good race as well. But we think most of the field will have to pit once again before the end of this race. And Legends then, Diamond Douchey into the pits here. And do you think it's got to be a set of mediums till the end of the race?
It has to be. Yeah, it can't be the softs because they will not make it. Yeah. He's going to drop right out of the points. I do think he did get it wrong. He was looking like a complete favourite, and I think the strategies just let him down.
Yeah, absolutely. Legends then back out in P12, was of course running in second place, but we think most of the drivers ahead of him will have to stop again before the end of the race, bar those drivers you see on the hard tyres with less than 10 laps, the likes of Button, More Leader, Brewmaster and Stiffmeister. We think will surely try and make it till the end at this point, obviously depending on safety cars. As we have got Felix Baker then, half a second back from Bally, then looking to try and fire those medium tyres into action here against Bally, who's running pretty well for Alpine at the moment, though not looking at the podium as it stands. That would have been audacious.
That would have been a moving off.
Got a great exit there, did Felix Baker. That might have been overtake of the season if he threw it around there, but no, settles behind the Alpine, and yeah, Bally holding on to P4 as it stands. Legends crucially getting a 3-second time penalty then in his Alfa Romeo. It's not looking good, bruv, for him down in P12. 3 seconds. Yeah, not ideal for him, and well, even if there is a safety car before the end, that might play a huge impact on his finishing position. There is about 11 laps to go here, 10.5 we should say. Bardo out in front, still on the 9-lap old mediums, as we see Felix Baker then finally get ahead of Bally. and into P4, but surely the likes of Brewmaster and the two Aston Martins as well, Diamond Douche, they've played an absolute blinder here, as things stand.
Yeah, I think as Bawley is... Oh, Tango spun him round. No. Fardo's got a 3-second penalty as well. Oh, don't go that way round. The game would have disqualified you if you'd carried on.
Oh,
I felt like that was
Baker!
gonna get tasty,
No!
and Bawley gets a 3-second penalty as well.
Well, that might be one for the stewards to pick up.
And Bawley's in the pits.
Well, after this race, it's not ideal for the Felix Baker down in P13 now. He was looking good for some points. Oh dear, oh dear.
Bawley's moving on to the soft tyres. I don't think they're going to make to the end of the race, even if it is nine laps. And it looks... Someone had an issue? No. Oh, there was yellow flags in Sector 1 and I thought someone had an issue, but they haven't. And Brad Mason is looking onto the back of Stiffmeister, and he is going to pull the move onto the end of the back straight. Oh, it goes a little bit deep, which means he is going to be vulnerable on the exit of the chicane. And that's going to put Stiffmeister in prime position to overtake again into the second DRS zone, which is the most optimal place to overtake, would you believe?
That is
He's tried it around the outside and it's not worked. Well done. And he's gone off for his troubles as well. As Legends and Fish Sticks are getting side by side through Sector 3, and Legends is kind of pushed Fish Sticks off the track and made his way into 7th place. As CTF is pitted for the softs as well.
CTF into the pits, and then from the podium places, he will probably come out just ahead of, you'd imagine.
Oh, there was an issue. Locker's got no front wing.
Ow!
Oh! And the pit crew have not taken his front wing on.
What the bloody hell's happened there, son?
They've not changed his front wing.
Oh dear.
And it looked Prince Pasha has had an issue on turn 2, and he's got no front wing now either.
It's going south very quickly.
That's not.
It's going south.
Does Locker not have a front wing for you either?
No, he doesn't have one for me either. We'll see at the corner here with it. Yeah, it's not great.
I've never seen. Oh, Squid's got a speed. Yeah, he's gone. He's done.
15.
I've never seen a no front wing not be changed.
That's pretty special. It is pretty special, to be fair.
And Prince Pasha's gone straight on and then retired on track.
Yeah, see what's happened there, Prince Pasha, is you've drove straight into a wall. And if you drive straight into a wall, oh wait, the car's ain't retired.
He bounced off the wall and then retired on track. I've recorded it. He didn't actually DNF from it in the wall.
Prince Pasha, is he from TTL?
He might have been.
I think he might. Was he from TTL? I think he might. I don't have that name personally.
I think he might.
Anyway, back to the action.
Yeah.
14 minutes left of the session. Lots of drivers seen that yellow flag as an opportunity to swap.
There's someone else round and all.
It's not going well, lads. I'll be honest, there's no safety car. The track is green.
I think Bawley's had an issue. He's in 10th now.
Bawley's down to 10th place. I said on the soft side, not good for your boy.
Martin again. They're finally swapping his front wing.
Oh, they are finally doing it. There we go. Yeah, and new front wing onto that Mercedes. What an
And no safety car. Crucially for Fardo, there's no safety car.
Absolutely. So once Fardo pits, you'd imagine. I mean, if Cruiser comes into the pits as well.
Unless he tries to push it to the end. I can't imagine that'll work.
That is going to take some doing, and if anything as well, he has got, of course, that 3-second penalty. So Brewmaster will look to try and get at least within 3 seconds if he doesn't hit before the end of the race. Legends is fighting Button at the moment. It is very much all arbitrary because, I mean, Button at the moment has no penalties. Legends does, but if Legends can get ahead and pull that 3-second gap, he would keep P5.
He would.
Of course, and Diamond Douchiers. All the safety cars at the start of this race seem to have kind of taken away the fun that we might have had at the end.
Ah, rubbish, innit? Bawley's got past Stiffmeister though.
Yeah, well, he should
Come on,
be
the
a pin on
Bawley.
anyway.
Well, he shouldn't be. I think he had a bit of a problem, but you know,
Just a little bit.
he's in ninth. And Felix Baker's had a spin at turn 2. That's nice. He's got no front wing now. It's gone from bad to worse for Felix Baker.
Yeah, I mean, Felix Baker might be feeling a little bit hard done by after his incident.
I assume Button might feel a bit hard done by when he hit him and all.
Yeah.
Karma.
Yeah, what goes around comes around as Brad Mason then passed by CTF on the soft tyres. He's now up to P7 and momentarily at least ahead of the Ferrari, and he'll need to pull that gap to get ahead of his penalty. Then we've had such a convolution, it should be said, Diamond Douchey, of strategies with the safety cars we have had, but Fardo, with 6 laps to go here, Diamond Douchey is going to surely try and make it till the end here, because if he pits now, he'll be outside the podium.
He's going to have to try and force these mediums to go to the end. Yeah, Ali said earlier he's definitely pitting, but I don't think he is.
Yeah, but I mean, as Legends
it's worth the attempt.
A pretty boring move on more leader for P4. But anyway, I mean, Fardo here, 6 laps ago, 5.5 laps ago, if you want to go technical. I mean, if he didn't have that 3-second penalty, is he feeling confident about the win here? I mean, it depends if these tyres hold on. Brad Mason has had a moment, sorry, just as I interrupt myself. Now it looks like Bawley is going to try and make a move on him pretty shortly, and Brad Mason with no ERS. Bawley on the soft tyres as well. But Brewmaster less than 4 seconds now behind Fardo, who we know has that 3-second penalty. But even if Douchey, even if Fardo doesn't quite manage to win this race, he's pretty much guaranteed P2 unless there is a blowout on his tyres here.
Yeah, I think it's pretty nailed on. He's at 15, 14 seconds ahead of Cruiser. Yeah, unless he has a puncture, he's nailed on for P2, and it's a good race from him. Diffie gets a 3-second penalty, and Legends is already up into P3.
Absolutely, Legends making a very good move there on Cruiser. Shame we got such a shite camera angle for it, but there we go. That's what happens with the F1 game, of course. Legends, great move. Into P3.
Jake's asking where the excitement is.
Shit on the fucking jelly bean. Fuck off. Legends.
That's just...
Please keep me updated, Diamond Douchey, on Jake's chats throughout this race.
I will.
Legends, yeah, into P3. He's got to make up the 3 seconds here on Cruiser, which you would imagine won't be too difficult to do here. Stiffmeister's called it a day into the pits. But, yeah, Legends looks pretty much nailed on here for P3. Unless he can find some way of making up about 10 seconds on Fardo out.
Ali said that the pen is going to screw up Fardo, but at the rate the Brewmaster's catching him, I don't think the penalty is going to make a difference.
Yep, just over 4 laps to go here. of the race. 2.2 seconds now separates the leaders. More leader, speaking of leaders, is now on the back of Cruiser. Morley has got a 3-second penalty though, so he'll need to pass Cruiser, who is doing some, well, I'd like to call it that's some creative weaving there from Cruiser. To be fair to him, as much as you can't hate on the mid-jump Paul de Resto, that is some pretty creative weaving from him there, and Morley might not be too happy with that one, but he is ahead. And into P4 now. Not a lot of battery going for him though, and Will Cruiser
into the back of him, and he's not gone for it. How boring!
he's chose to not try and take that position. CTF though is now behind Button on 5 lap old soft tyres. Button 16 lap old hards in his Aston Martin, and once again, Diamond Douche, we spoke about it earlier. Aston Martin again, 4th and 6th in this race. I know they might not finish there, but once again, a good haul of points, and just, as we said, just outside the podium positions.
They're a very consistent team. I think they've been very well. Button especially has been very unlucky this race with incidents with other drivers. But yeah, again, very consistent for the Aston Martins, and they're looking good. As Remaster is already in DRS range of Fardo and looking for a move at the end of the straight, and he sent it up the inside, and I think he's made the move stick. Yes, he has.
I think Fardo knew there was no competition there. Moves aside and lets Remaster then take the lead of the race. He was pretty disappointed in qualifying with his setup and his qualifying position, but he's more than made up for that in the race and takes a lead then, not only on the timing screens anymore, but now on track into the lead ahead of Fardo, and already pulling away from the McLaren. Then it's a sure set now that the AlphaTauri will win this race. Further back, CTF has got ahead of Button, who knows that he just has to hang with the Mercedes ahead of him over the last couple of laps to retake that P6 if he can, and it will depend on CTF's tyres, you'd imagine, at this stage, with him being on 6 lap old softs and Button on 17 lap old hard tyres. And further through the pack, we've got Bawley then currently occupying the last points position. He has got the gap to Fishstick at the moment that he needs, but it's not too far off. There is a couple laps to go if I can find the button. There we go. He's got a 3-second penalty. All the drivers in the field with a 3-second penalty at the moment, and yeah, he's just doing enough to stay ahead of his teammate, albeit his teammate on 2 lap pressure. Soft tyres then, fastest lap so far, Diamond Douchey. Goes to CTF, who will pick up the extra point on a 1:26 point.
It's very well needed for Mercedes as well.
Yeah, Mercedes not with a bucket full of points so far, should be said. They will need
more like a handful.
Yeah. Yeah, as Locker runs down in P13, it's amazing how that's how that's the case, isn't it? It's amazing with Locker down in 13th then. But in terms of the end of the race, I mean, there's not too much going on track at the moment. CTF looking to try and at least repass Cruiser on track, but he is carrying that penalty as it stands. Button is close enough to retake that 6th place that he lost earlier on, and if CTF does get ahead of Cruiser, it is pretty meaningless at this stage, because Cruiser will get him back on penalties. Nonetheless, as we are on the final lap now, and Remaster leading the way, Diamond Douchey, and he has pretty much drove a flawless race so far, it should be said, albeit his poor qualifying performance.
It's beautiful. He said before when he went out in Q3 that he can't carry AlphaTauri all the time, but I think he's just proved himself wrong.
Yeah,
and shown that I was right, and he did have a shambolic time, but he is good enough to be at the front every track.
Some drivers question the pace of the likes of legends in this division, but a consistent driver so far, Brewmaster, and the AlphaTauri team taking a stand in both championships at the moment. And in round 3 then, it's pretty undisputed. Brewmaster, what a drive from the AlphaTauri driver. Over the line, and will take the win then in round 3 of Tier 3.
Wow, Legends really caught the back of Fordo as well. If he didn't have that penalty,
yeah,
he could have been P2.
Yeah, Fardo taking those medium tyres all the way. Legends takes all the way. CTF on the final corner.
No.
In the background. Spins his Mercedes. What?
Oh my god.
He gets another 3 seconds of crossing the corner. No. Crosses the line. Will surely be 9th after Valente goes over it. There we go. P9 for CTF. That took it away from us a little bit there. CTF on the final corner is round.
That is the embodiment of Mercedes' start to this season.
Absolutely, took it away from Cruiser, who finished in P4. The Aston Martins, as we said, always consistently in the points, high in the points. 5th and 6th from them. Great drive just outside the podium. Once again, Brad Mason, P7. You'd expect a little bit more from Brad Mason, but yet to find his form in Tier 3 in FPRL. Valente, 8th. CTF, as we saw, round the corner, the final corner. In it is. And finishes P9, and Fishsticks then gets the last point ahead of Felix Baker. I don't know what happened to Bully, whether he went for the fastest lap.
He stopped on the line.
I stopped on the line. Wow, you know, it happens. 12. Oh, Bully. Driver there, Brewmaster will get to, of course, the co-commentators. Driver of the day, very surely, but there is winner then. And Brewmaster, after qualifying, you might have thought he perhaps didn't have the pace around Abu Dhabi, but made up an immense amount of positions at the start, straight into the points after his lowly qualifying position, and played the strategy to a blinder. No safety car late on to throw a spanner in the works. AlphaTauri win once again, and they are surely still leading the Constructors' Championship. I haven't done the maths, but I'm assuming they are.
100%.
Yeah. 100%. 100% from Diamond Douchey. There is your final classification. We've been through the top 10. Felix Baker, Bawley, as we said, 11th and 12th. FPRL Locker not contributing to a great start to the season for Mercedes. Once again, Stiff, Meister, Prince Pasha, 14th and 15th as we get into the non-finishers. Squid, P16, TJM we saw taken out by More Leader early on. That's surely gone to the stewards for consideration before the end of the race. Bleep, Bloop, Bosch, the Triple B qualified in P9, but unfortunately had an incident then with Wavy Knife, which took them both out of the race. Both of them qualifying in the top 10, but picking up no points in 18th and 19th. We'll see if we can get the top 3 in for an interview. Fingers crossed I get to speak to Fardo, because he's a bloody legend, to say that much. And let's see if we can get him in for an interview. As we said, we'll have to get into the co-commentators driver of the day. So have a think, Dom Douchey. I imagine there's probably one pick only for driver of the day, but we'll see.
Maybe. We'll see.
As we've got Brewmaster joining us now for an interview at the end. But it must be said, Diamond Douchey, in terms of the race, wasn't perhaps the most entertaining race towards the end there, but it still gave us an indication as to how the Tier 3 season might go in terms of where people ended up at the end of it.
Aye, indeed. We won't have Legends for the interview, as he still doesn't have a mic, so it... It'll just be Fardo and Remaster.
Come on, the Fardo! This is what he does! Yes! Right. Diamonds, you can interview fucking Brewmaster. Fardo!
Guys, just make sure you include your audio.
Go on, the Fardo! Right then. Fardo! Fuck me, lad. I've heard you using Ali Ferrari setup today, are you not?
No. Gotta keep
No?
that a secret, man. I'll keep that a secret.
He's told me, a little birdie told me that he's been sharing his secrets with you.
Just say he's a very good friend of mine at the minute.
Is he?
He's helping me out a lot, yeah.
He's a very good friend of yours.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to get added to this social circle. We need these setups. We need these setups, Fardo, lad.
Mate, come in, join in.
Absolutely, I'll take the invite. But lovely to see you back in FPRL. I mentioned it earlier on the stream. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
P2 today, obviously. After qualifying, we knew you had the pace. Obviously, fight towards the front of the field. No one quite at the pace of Legends there. But was you feeling confident after qualifying in terms of the race?
To be honest, I thought I could go on and win it. After qualifying, I was happy with P2.
Yes,
hoping for first, obviously.
We love the confidence.
Yeah, I thought I could go on and win that race, and I was happy with my P2 in the end.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was a great drive, obviously, in the race. Early on, we saw you take the lead away from Legends. And, I mean, was you predicting to be in the lead that early on? Because it looked like until the safety car that Legends had it pretty much under control. But obviously the safety car gave you the opportunity to get ahead.
Yeah, because that safety car, was that the one I pitted on, to go on to the mediums till the end? I was just going to sit behind him because I thought he had good pace. But I thought, no, I'll try and make the move happen. So, and then towards the end, when he pit after the safety car, I knew that was when I had a good chance to go on and win it. But I didn't exactly think my tyre went through very well, so I had to try and take care of them. But yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Fair play. I mean, you just touched on it there, to be fair. Medium tyres till the end of the race. I mean, how on earth did you make that happen? They must have been screaming by the end. We know you surrendered the lead to Brewmaster, but, I mean, did you kind of hope at that point with that penalty that you had that P2 was the best you could get?
Yeah, I think after I got the penalty, I realised there was no chance I was going to win that race. I think the penalty was so stupid as well. Just one little error. I had to correct myself to avoid spinning, and then obviously that led me to go over the curb. I think it gave me 2 penalties for that. It might just be 2 warnings, sorry, but I think it might have just been the one. But no, yeah, after that, yeah, I was pretty much 100% sure there's no chance I won it. I'd win it, and but yeah, I'm happy with my P2 today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And as I said, once again, the king of tyre conservation, it seems to get those medium tyres, 19 laps or something like that. But
Yeah.
well done from yourself. But I mean, we've got to
Thank
ask
you.
the serious question at the end of it. I mean, there's only one more question we can ask, and that is it Haribo Star Mix or is it Haribo Tanks Fast Dukes?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think it depends on the mood you're in, really. I think, it's got to be the Tang Fast Sticks.
Absolutely.
It's got to be.
What a guy. What a choice. What a man.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Unbelievable, Fardo. Well done on P2 today. I'm going to hand over to the douche who can interview Brewmaster, who took an unbelievable win this evening.
Right then, yeah. Brewmaster, you fucking beauty. You were saying you were going out of Q3 in quali. You did. You said you were using a new setup, and that didn't particularly go your way. Did you think you would be in the position that you are now after qualifying?
No, I thought I'd be top 10 for sure. I was thinking top 5 possibly. Top 3 might be a bit out of the way. But then after the fact that I saw how good of a start I'd got, I was like, top 3 might be on. And then obviously with the overtakes in the race, it just looked more and more likely until I was there. Never really expected to win though. Never.
From the start of the race, it did look like you were feeling racy. You looked good, and then the safety cars started coming out as they always do, and it seemed like you just got the strategy bang on, and Yeah, from that point onwards, it just looked like you had it in the bag.
Yeah, it seems like, well, there'll always be like safety cars in around Abu Dhabi, I feel, but then obviously after a few, there's less people to cause them. So I knew that starting on mediums would definitely benefit because either way, if there was a safety car late race, I could just pit from my hards onto like a set of softs or something and go the distance. So it was always going to work out for me.
Yeah, absolutely, and it looked incredible to watch and see you go all the way up to the top. It's beautiful, and I absolutely love it.
The
So
AlphaTauris.
up the Alpha Tauris. Next week we've got Baku. Is that a confident track for you?
I'm gonna say no, but at the same time, I said that this wasn't a confidence track for me. So, I think anything's possible at this track.
Of course. And to end off, I do have to finish it with Bidley's
Okay.
very important question: is it Star Mix or is it Tanfastics?
I'll say Tangfastics.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Congrats on your P1.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, congratulations from me as well, Brewmaster. Unbelievable drive from you, but
Thank you.
away from all the podium finishers. Mondafado. But Diamond Douchey, we're going to have to obviously give it to you, co-commentators, driver of the day. This is a scheme which was, can I just point out, introduced by me. Mondo Bidley, Diamond Douchey, what are we saying? Co-commentators, driver of the day.
I think it's only got to be one person. It's going out in Q1, winning the race. Obviously, my driver of the day is Brewmaster.
No!
It's got to go to Brewmaster. It's got to. He's played an absolute blinder, and he had a great race.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it was a great race and a great comeback from Brewmaster after that poor qualifying performance, as you said, with the setup experiment that didn't quite work out. Congratulations, you are Diamond Douchey's pick of the day for driver of the day.
Oh, thanks.
Round of applause for the Brewmaster now, who obviously leads the championship,
Thank you very much.
and AlphaTauri, who lead the Constructors' Championship. But that is all we've got time for this evening. Once again, congratulations to our podium and points finishers. We are back tomorrow at 8 PM with Tier 1, Tier 2 on Friday, and Tier 4 on Sunday. But until then, thank you, Diamond Douchey, for joining me this evening. I hope this is a partnership that continues long into the season.
I hope so too. It was an absolute pleasure, my friend.
Don't sound too thrilled, mate. Don't sound too thrilled.
Nah.
But that's...
Oh my god, I actually can't wait to do comms with you again. It's been fucking incredible.
As I said though, until that's all we got. That's something we got time for. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 8 o'clock for the Tier 1 boys, where you won't see me, you won't see Diamond Douche, you won't see anyone here. You might see Ali Ferrari though, if he's not racing WR, the fucking fraud. Ta-ra, lads!